Hello, Star Wars fans. Hey, there's just 274 days until Christmas 2021. And today, on Thursday, we do our joint show with a magic maker from Reimagining Star Wars. And he is in a area of the country that's getting some pretty severe storms today. He's headed to his home and will be bunkered in his basement, likely a good portion of the afternoon. Last week, they got hit with some tornadoes in his area, and they have tornado watches and warnings active right now today in that area as well. So a magic maker will be joining us soon. And until then, I thought we would just cover a couple of bases. So it's first of all, Mike Porter. First one in today. Thank you so much for coming. I love having you here. And Gray, one of the main staples for me. I really, really love you being here. Thank you so much. And it's great to see you guys. And I know some other folks are coming. And we've had some growth in our Discord server the last couple of days. And that's very exciting. Mark, welcome. Thanks for all your help. So our Discord is growing. We're getting some folks in, and we've had some good discussion even this morning. It's been very, very helpful. And I recently joined another paywall Discord server. And one of the first things I noticed on there is they have a channel for mental health check-in. And I looked in it this morning and I saw some wonderful back and forth in there. And I thought that would be a great channel to add to our Discord, because mental health in the nerdy community is an issue. We know amongst gamers and people who are involved in that community suffer greatly from it. It becomes a form of escapism, and it can lead to all kinds of problems. So I added that channel this morning. We've had some great dialogue in there this morning, and I want to welcome you to please check out our Discord. We are a friendly place to be. We're positive generally. It's a great place. We're not forbidding any complaining. It's just we're friends, and it's a friendly place to be. And it raises a point that I want to discuss briefly, only because it's relevant today. As yesterday, I had to make a little bit of announcement in the Diamond Lounge inside of the Den of Nerds Discord server that I have muted that server. I've not left the Den of Nerds by any means. I'm not planning to leave the Den of Nerds anytime in the near future. I'm in daily conversations with the mods there and with the EPs. I had a great chat yesterday with Lavis Blackman, and Lavis is just a wonderful human being. I love him. I really, really do like him a lot. And hey, Spencer and Jumpin' Jamie, thanks for joining. What led to me having to mute the server, and it ties into this mental health channel that I started on our own Discord, is it was affecting me in a very negative way. There's one particular person in that Discord server who, anytime I try to post anything positive regarding Star Wars, it becomes an attack piece, and they come after me. And it's not in a friendly, let's have a dialogue. And I'm perfectly fine with people who want to disagree with me. And we talked about this the other day, right? Santa has some hot takes. Maverick Pilgrim, oh my goodness, thanks for joining. Great to see you here. Santa has some hot takes that are unpopular. And I'm fine with people saying, Santa, you are crazy. That's and in a positive way, not like in a mental health way, but Santa, you're wrong. And those discussions are great. That's what makes Fanjecture's Debate 8 a lot of fun as well, is that we have fun in there talking about how everybody has bad opinions. And it's a lot of fun. So I don't mind people saying your opinion is, I disagree with your opinion because but it's done in a friendly manner. But when you come at me in a way that is aggressive, in a way that is tries to shut down conversation rather than continue conversation, in a way that makes your opinions factually true and my opinions factually wrong, then it begins to build tension within me. And it has led me into some discussions I'm not proud of that I've had in the den. It's led me to be kind of distance from my wife. The other night, she complained that I was being distant and non-conversational with her, and I realized it was because of the discussion I was having in the Den of Nerds. And so when that discussion begins to interfere with me in a mental health kind of way, in a way that's non-productive for my family, and interrupts my sleep, as I'm worried about some conversation I'm having about Star Wars and somebody disagreeing with me, and that escalation, and trying to de-escalate and trying to be a positive and happy presence in the community, I realized this isn't something that I should continue, and I needed to take a break. So right now, I'm on a cool down period, a self-induced cool down period for me. This isn't me saying I have to have my way, or I'm leaving, or it's not me. Hey, a magic maker's here. We're going to add him to the stream, but I just kind of finish this talk. This isn't me throwing a temper tantrum or demanding I get my way. This is me taking a cool down period for myself and to reassess my mental health and my position within that specific Discord community as a whole, if it's going to continue to cause me these kind of problems in my family. So as long as that becomes something that I can't balance, that's a me problem, right? And my way of dealing with that is to keep the channel and to remove myself from that discussion until the dust settles and things become a healthier community for me to participate in. And I'm not trying to force my way at all. I have no bad blood between myself, the mods there, or the executive producers there, or Josh, or anybody. There is one person in that Discord server whose rhetoric is inflammatory to me, and so I can't interact with that person. And however that has to happen, I just had to take action on myself. So please don't read that I'm, having any kind of feud with the Den of Nerds. That's not true. I'm still a supporter. I just cannot participate in the Discord as long as it's the way that it is. Okay. So there's the show note and what's going on. Again, Mark, thank you for posting the link to our Discord. We've had some great discussion this morning, and and it's been a great place to be this morning. Maverick, in the word of Indiana Jones, everyone is lost except me. Oh, you don't know how true that is, Maverick Pilgrim. That's funny. When I was in high school, this is a story. I did some volunteer work at the Ohio State Fair one summer, and I'm like a sophomore in high school, so roughly 15 years old, and we were going around picking up trash on the fairgrounds, and so we had vests and all this stuff, and off I go. I'm out. I'm picking up trash. I got back at I don't know, sometime in the afternoon after picking up all a whole day's worth of trash, and they had sent out a search party to find me. Oh, I wasn't lost. I knew exactly where I was. But that's a great. Yeah, everyone else was lost except me. I knew where I was. I wasn't lost at all. And Magic Maker, thanks for joining the chat. Good to see you here. I see you're muted, so unmute yourself and introduce yourself, and we'll get started.
I think everybody knows me. You just introduced me, and I'm sorry. I keep making you mad. I apologize. I do it every time.
We're going to go
I'll get off Josh's server.
No, you and I are going to go at it again today. I can feel it. We've already had some build up this morning. It's going to be great. And I watched Josh and Darren Wood last night. They have a new show they're doing on Wednesday nights. And Josh was trying not to fight with Darren too much. But, people like it when their friends argue with one another. And so I fully anticipate having a lot of fun arguing with you today. I can't wait.
I'm sure we will. We're always kind of, amenable about it, though.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Let me just make sure I'm caught up. Yeah, Mike, thanks so much. Yeah, it should be a safe place. It should be a fun place, right? We go to our nerdy escapes to escape. A lot of the complaint about some of the content has been that it brings real world stuff into our escape. And while I understand that, and each of us have different kind of thresholds, that's what's happened in Discord for me, right? So there you go. Right. Yeah. Santa does have some hot takes. My hot take today, we'll get your opinion on this, Imagic Maker. Quentin Tarantino is an overrated director. That's my hot take today. What do you think?
I agree.
That's great. That's great. I already got some pushback on that from Fanjecture. Adam was like, "Oh, that's a hot take, Santa." Well,
do we want to walk down all the screenplays he stole from foreign movies?
Oh, you're going in. That's great. That's great. That's great. So there you go. Just because you all like pineapple pizza, I wouldn't come at you. Right. I don't like pineapple pizza either, but there you go. There is for me, there is no context in which pineapple on a pizza works. But that's
a shame because I love pineapple on pizza.
Well, there you go. So there we start. 2021 show updates. There's been some recent discussions going on to give us a little bit more context, a little more speculation about what we might be getting. And so the first one is the Bad Batch. Yesterday, our friends over at I just went blank on their names, daggone it. Corey and Corey Van Dyke and Noah Outlaw on Kessel Run Transmissions. My goodness. Maverick Pilgrim. He didn't steal them. It's called homage.
That's what it's called now. We're paying homage to them and what they're doing by doing exactly what they do.
And not crediting them.
Not crediting them. It's homage.
It's homage. Yeah. So Kessel Run Transmissions, they were talking about how the rumor is still there, the speculation is there that Grogu is going to be in this season of the Bad Batch, and how it will be interesting to see an animated Grogu when he was first introduced as a live action character. But there you go. What are your thoughts about Grogu in season 1 of the Bad Batch?
I won't be surprised if we briefly see him. I mean, I don't think he'll be a major part of the story, but I mean, some aspect of it will be there.
Look, we've started a whole thing on pineapple and pizza.
Uh-oh.
Great. and I love the Battlestar Galactica reference there. I fracking love pineapple on pizza. And Mike's if I want dessert, pineapples on them fine, but don't they put ham on it? Yeah, they do put ham on it, and it ruins it. Yeah, we've got all kinds of pizza talk. It's lunchtime, guys.
It is lunchtime.
Yeah, I absolutely see them doing it. In some of the speculation regarding Grogu in there is that the Bad Batch may be actively involved in rescuing or taking Grogu from the temple during Order 66 and seeing what the Bad Batch was up to during Order 66, at least at the beginning of that series, before we get into full Space 18 mode.
Yes. B-Team.
B-Team. Oh, by the way, I'm glad you mentioned that. If you guys haven't gone to the Magic Maker's server and seen his or YouTube channel, Reimagining Star Wars, the link to his YouTube channel is in the description here. If you've not gone and seen his intro video of the B Team, it's the A Team, music put to Bad Batch with a full Bad Batch intro. You guys owe it to yourselves just for a bit of lighthearted entertainment today to go watch that intro clip that should be absolutely should be the intro to Bad Batch series. Lucasfilm should go ahead and pay you for it and just put it on there.
I pick out all the icons they represent too, so
it was so good.
Really good.
It was so good. It took me to a happy place because it was really done excellently. Mike Porter saw it. He said it was excellent. Yeah, it was great. So thank you for that content, Magic Maker. Yeah. So before they go full B Team, A Team mode, then I do think we will have a few episodes of Order 66. It'll be a story arc, right? 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah. I think that Order 66 will be taken care of in one 30-minute episode.
Yeah. Hey, Trinity's here. Mark Hamilton, do any millennials know what the A-Team was? That's a good question. They probably look at us like we're crazy. And Gray, don't even try it, Gray. I know you know what the A-Team is. You shush. She's trying to pull herself off as if she's a millennial, but we know she's one of us.
She's not. The movie came out. They did the movie.
Movie. Oh yeah, there you go.
with Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon played Hannibal.
Isaac, hello there. Mike Zero should try to join KRT. Oh man, I don't know about that. Yeah, Maverick, 18. That's a Bradley Cooper movie, isn't it? I don't know that I've seen the movie. And
played face.
Cuchella Lopez. I missed the notification. Oh, thanks for being here. That's fine. We just kind of got going, and we've talked about the Bad Batch and involving Grogu. And we think the first part of that series will probably be some sort of Order 66 story arc that'll take over 3 or 4 episodes. Right. And we'll get.
I think it'll be one. You got me. So I just think it's going to be one episode. I think we're seeing a lot of the first, maybe 2 episodes at most.
Oh, okay.
And then it'll be dealing with them setting up what they're going to do. So it'll probably be a 3 arc episode where we have Order 66, maybe going midway into the second one. And the third one showing them what they do from that point on as the Empire is now established.
Oh,
that's what I think.
So Gray is clarifying herself. I'm not a millennial. I'm too old, but due to upbringing, not having TV for a check, I do not know what the A-Team is. Oh, well, Gray, you have missed it. A-Team were a bunch of Vietnam vets who were out doing mercenary for hire work, and we had Mr. T. From the Rocky movie, right? Mr. T was on there, and all the characters you saw in the Bad Batch story arc of season 7 of Clone Wars are copies of characters from the A-Team. They're it's almost a direct 1-for-1 copy, and it's heavily drawn upon that. And when you read the description for the Bad Batch about them being mercenaries for hire, it reads exactly. I mean, it is such
almost
a
like
mirror
intro to it.
Yeah, it's almost a word by word copy of the A-Team's intro. Mercenaries for hire, out there trying to do things and all that. So that's the A-Team. It's an old 70s weekly series, and those folks were on there. And if you hear that noise, a Magic Maker is on the road, and they've got some bad weather in his area.
Yeah, I'm trying to outrun tornadoes. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you've taken on tornado spotting as a hobby, right?
Yeah, that's it. In this case, it's tornado racing.
Tornado racing. Very good. Yeah. If we get a Bad Batch 18 style montage, yes, we definitely need that. And that's what a Magic Maker has given us. It's fantastic. And Bob, hello. He thinks Tamara Morrison should play all the Bad Batch characters in live action. Oh, that's great. So the second update that came out is about Star Wars Visions. So there was a book announced that's going to be released later this year. It looks like
Ronin.
Yeah, called Ronin. Right. There's no cover art. There's nothing associated with it. But in the description, it leads us to believe that Visions is not going to be what we initially maybe thought, which is it's supposed to be anime influenced by some of the top anime artists in Japan, bringing to life stories in Star Wars. And originally, we thought there were going to be retellings of some of the stories that already exist, just done in anime style and maybe somewhat expanded upon. But with Ronin and the description there, it looks like Visions is going to be all new material, maybe anthology style, right? Where each episode explores a certain character, right?
Well, I mean, it could still be a re-exploring of old material just through alternate characters, maybe. And so I think that's kind of where they're going. It's kind of the POV kind of thing. So it's like the telling of, the New Hope from Tarkin's view.
Yeah, it very well could be new stories in the same timeline.
Right.
Right. So
that's kind of what I'm thinking it is. I mean, I could be way wrong, but I mean, we're starting to discover that there were more Jedi around during the Civil War period. So maybe that's what it is. We're dealing with those points of view of so it's new stories in the same period. So it's a new look at the old trilogy in a way.
Yeah, it very well could be. It reminds me of those. There's a series of books out there for Star Wars content that run side by side with, say, the original trilogy. There's sort of an expanded storytelling, alternate stories, and it's escaping me right now what those books are called.
There's one certain point of view.
Yeah, that's it. It's a certain point of view, and those are pretty good. So we got to talk about the Bad Batch here. Oh, and Park Outdoors. If Crosshair survives a Bad Batch, we could see him in Kenobi. Possibly. Maybe. I mean, who knows, right? They could bring in pretty much anybody there.
We could see Cal Kestis. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But it leads to some speculation that, for me anyway, has raised my interest in Visions tremendously. Before I was like, yeah, I'll check it out when I have time here or there. But now I'm like, wow, I'm anxious to see it. I want to see more previews about it. I want to know what's going on, and I'll be there to watch the first episode as soon as it releases.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in it too. And one, I enjoy that kind of artwork and that kind of animation. So it'll be fun to watch and see it develop.
Yeah, I agree. And then, the last bit of information is coming out on the Book of Boba Fett. And this morning, Star Wars Meg put out a video, and I guess it's afternoon in her time, but she put out a video about some speculation about what the Book of Boba Fett might entail, some rumors that are kind of getting some feet, that it might involve a bit of a hit list kind of thing. So the Book of Boba Fett might involve his book of revenge, right? And people that he has perceived have done him wrong, could be things that he has to settle. I think Mark said it could be similar to Kill Bill, right? And it could make sense with Robert Rodriguez being involved. So I think that makes a lot of sense. It could be his hit list.
Yeah, that makes it his little black book of people he's going to cross off the list.
Right, and each episode could be titled with a particular target.
Yeah, that would be very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, and she also speculated that it would involve some flashback scenes of a teenage or preteen, younger Boba Fett, sort of like the Clone Wars era Boba Fett.
Yeah, that would be fascinating.
It could be really good. Super Saiyan, hello, welcome. Good to see you here. So yeah, I think all three of those series sound like they're on the right track. Things that have me excited to turn in. Trev, hello. Good to see you here. And I think that my interest in all three of these is rising, and it's happening at the right time, right? Because Book of Boba Fett comes out in May. We have, of course, the new release.
Bad Batch comes out in May.
Or Bad Batch. Sorry, my brain crossed lines there. You don't want to cross streams. Oh, it could be bad. But yeah,
Right.
the Ghostbusters taught us that. So no, the Bad Batch is coming out in May. Of course, we've got the old series being released in April. But come May, I think hype for Bad Batch will be continuing to increase, and Disney Plus is going to see more subs. So there you go. Super Saiyan.
Yeah, I think people will wait for Bad Batch. So I
you
think people are going to wait. So I think, yeah, I do. I think that unlike with what occurred with season 7 of the Clone Wars, where people couldn't wait to see what happened, I think Bad Batch will be like, well, I don't know. And then what you'll see is if the first episode, so they're going to have to come out of the gate and be really good, in my opinion, because if they're not,
I see what you mean.
Not going to see that increase.
I see what you mean. So some of the folks who have suspended their subscriptions, put it that way, right? They've suspended their subscriptions, might wait for an episode or 2 or 3 before they activate it again to catch maybe all of the series. And you could reduce it that way to maybe just a 1-month sub and get the whole thing and still be current during the last half of it. So maybe you're 2 or 3 episodes behind. You can watch that in a day, easy, and then catch the rest of it with only paying one subscription month, right?
Yeah, I think that's what you're going to see. And then if Lucasfilm is smart and Disney's smart about this, Visions will drop once a month. So you have to be, if it's new stuff, people will love to see the once a month deal, and they'll do that and they'll trickle it out until Boba Fett starts.
Trev is hot today. He's taking Mike Porter's lines. Trev said, "Ghostbusters coming to Star Wars per Santa." Right. So here you heard it here first. And Trev said, "Someone has to take care of those Force ghosts."
That's right.
That is an unaddressed issue in Star Wars. We've got these Force ghosts out there messing with things, and nobody's out there trying to contain them. So we need Star Wars Ghostbusters out there just to help contain those Force ghosts from mucking with things, right? That's great.
Now we know why Luke didn't have any visions.
Oh, that's great. I love it. That is great. Park Outdoors. Disney's smart, trying to overwhelm fans with content, so they're forced to say sub. That's a great point, Park Outdoors, because right now you've got the Falcon and Winter Soldier, you've got Loki coming right up, you've got Bad Batch, and you've got then the announcement that they've pushed Black Widow to a Disney Plus simultaneous release with theaters. So that carries you all the way through summer, right through July. That's a really smart way to go. And then it backs you right into Visions, which has a um, prospective release date of the fall, right? So maybe August or something like that.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking end of August is when it's going to release.
Yeah. So
and like I said, if they're smart, the way I would do it would be one a month until the book of Boba Fett drops.
Yeah, you guys, what is so Falcon and Winter Soldier goes now through April, right? And then when is Loki released? You guys will have to help me out. I can't remember when Loki's release date is. Trev knows because Trev knows everything. Trev's an encyclopedia. Oh, the Santa Cole is coming, Trev. You wait, and hopefully XR Coon is here, so he knows that we're going to be taking his coal. There we go. Super Saiyan that comes on June 11th. Okay, so we've got Falcon and Winter Soldier now. That's March or April. You've got Bad Batch in May to beginning of June. June 11th comes the release of Loki. July comes the Black Widow, and then August you get into Visions, and that leads us right up to the fall, and then Book of Boba Fett coming right at the end of the year.
Yeah, aren't there a couple more Marvel movie releases in the fall?
There are a couple, but I think we haven't seen that those Marvel releases in the fall are going to be September is Shang-Chi, but
they'll be simul releases.
Yeah, I don't know if Shang-Chi is going to come out the same way as Black Widow with that simultaneous release, but it does raise a very, very interesting point because, and let me see if I can pull this up and share it with the folks here. We talked about this just a little bit before the stream. I saw this tweet this morning. Let me pull it over here. I don't know how many of you guys have seen this. We finally have a little bit of information. Let's pull this over so you guys can see it about Disney Plus Premiere and subs. So a third-party company has come out and they've done some research, and you see that purple line across the bottom that kind of raises, it's kind of up and down. It is the monthly signups, Disney Plus signups. And you see from the release of Mandalorian through Soul, there's a general upward trend on that up and down. So Mandalorian was definitely drawing in subs. We see that's quite clear. Following the Mandalorian and Soul's release, there's still the up and down, but it's a general downward trend.
Right.
And
I think the up you see is it the beginning of each month. So most people sign up at the beginning of each month.
Oh, that could very well be. And then you see each of those pay-per-view or premiere access have these spikes. So Mulan had a great big one back in September, and then it fell off very rapidly, which is indicative, I think, of the view cycles now, right? So people come in hot. They want to see everything the weekend that it releases so that they can be active in their nerdy communities, talking about all the nerdy fun. And so Mulan came out, boom, they had a huge number of subs or purchases. We didn't really see subs start going upward. And then Mandalorian spikes, Soul spikes. Soul wasn't a pay service. WandaVision, Wandalorian.
I like that one.
Yeah, sorry. Wanda has a tiny spike, but then you see Raya came in again with a lot of purchases. And with these purchases, again, Disney is just cashing the checks, right? Park Outdoors, Wanda Woman 84.
Yeah, but like you said, it's trending upward all the way to Soul, and then it's trends slightly downward after that, and though I think that's probably true all the way, and I do think that maybe Raya and those are lower in their premiere purchases because we do see that, like I talked about last week, a significant decrease in people in subscribers gained to the service, but when they hit 100 million, so that number went from going about 6.5 million joining every month in the year of 2020 to it going to about 2.5 million joining every month in the first 2 months of 2021. And I think that's probably because people left, they were pissed off and they left, and Mandalorian was over, so they weren't going to stay anyway, more likely than not.
Right.
And so, so what you see is that offset. I think we see that their increase did decrease a little bit, but not significantly. So it really is people leaving. So I would say they probably did lose about 9 to 10 million subscribers in those 2 months from people who had previously been a part of it, but it was overcome by new
subs. Yeah, and we do see the new subs. What I'm curious to see is with the Marvel content being back to back the way that it will be between WandaVision, now Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then followed by Loki in June. How much Marvel fans will push the numbers back? Will they draw subs up? And I think Trev got a really good point. Said Disney needs to come up with a nice cadence for Disney Plus, and he put show movie, right? You go show movie each quarter.
Right.
That becomes a nice cadence, and it draws people to stay. Right.
Yeah. No, there's got to be pretty big events. I mean, if I'm gonna join, I'll probably just join at the end of the quarter every time and leave. That way I'm only paying for 1 month, catch up on the shows, and then watch my movie and then be done.
Yeah, well, I mentioned my boss at work. He's a huge Marvel stan, right? He loves Marvel. He's deep into Marvel, but he won't purchase Disney Plus until he can get all of it at once. So I think he is likely in July to sign up and get all the Marvel, all of it. And then August he'll be out, and I think that's kind of pattern you might begin to see here and there, but as a whole, people don't tend to do that.
Yeah,
people they turn on
$6.99 or $7.99 just doesn't.
It just starts.
It's not worth the trouble.
Right. And if you have kids like you do, and like Mark Hamilton, I know he's got kids, and others. Gray has some fantastic kids. Those all. She's got a kid and friends, but in any way, they'll keep you running on the Disney Plus just for that content, right? Because you can turn it on.
They're switching back and forth. I mean, they go from Netflix to Disney Plus, and heck, I have to keep them off of YouTube. I mean, it's that's
right.
And Mark, what are you watching this for? It's not even a story.
And Mark brings up a good point. These are all new signups. So what we don't see is the overall subscription total, but it is cumulative, right? And it compounds.
Right.
And so as you're mentioning, maybe
they announced in February. I think it was end of February, mid-February. I can't remember when they announced 100 million.
Yeah.
I think it was end of February. But
yeah.
So yeah. I mean, all I said was that it looks like that while they had a decrease, it trended down. It didn't trend down too significantly. So with what you saw with them, that slowdown when them hitting 100 million was really just people leaving after the Mandalorian was over in December, more likely than not, that they canceled their subscriptions.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. Personally.
And Will Morgan from Meta Egg. Oh, thanks for joining. Will puts out some fantastic content. His energy, I wish I could match even half. I love the way that Will Morgan's mind works, and his content has been great. But he asked a question. It might be a Doug question, but have you guys heard of Admiral Carius? I don't know Admiral Carius. Do you know?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
No, I don't. I'd like to see him in live action. I have to know. I don't know.
What series was he in?
I don't know. Mike Porter, first big thunderstorm in this area. Maverick Pilgrim had to go. Oh, thanks so much. Isaac, release the Wandalorian cut.
Yes, I want to see that too. Wandalorian.
Oh my goodness, you guys are great. Yeah. Hey, Jason, good afternoon. Good to see you guys. Very good. Great. With a Netflix subscription, you can watch multiple new shows at a time. Disney Plus gives you one show, basically paying a subscription to watch one show a week. That's almost true, Gray. It's the same with HBO Max and all of those. They've really got to build up a huge amount. Like Netflix is throwing a bunch of junk at you every month, right?
Right.
And
They built it up over time. I mean, they were out ahead of the curve on this. And so
they were, but a lot of that Netflix stuff is garbage. It's terrible, and we'll see what happens over time. Yeah, Disney Plus just added $1 to your subscription, right? Let's see, quality over quantity. Yeah, sure. Mark, kids most watch Disney Plus shows. A dog with a blog. Oh. You know, you gotta love it when your kids latch onto something that's not good, and you have to watch it. And then what they'll do is they'll make you watch it like 10 times a day, which is wonderful. You know, we had a Dora the Explorer CD that we had to play in the car every time we got in. Oh. Oh my goodness, it's a killer. Great, my kids watch PBS. Very good. Park 50 times for 200 minutes. We give you about 3 hours, 20 minutes content from Disney Plus each month. Oh, there you go.
what I'll say is my kids also watch PBS content, but it's all on Netflix or on Prime, on Amazon Prime. So,
Mike Porter, doesn't Mighty Ducks on Disney Plus come out this week? There's a new Mighty Ducks series coming out. And there's also, that comes out pretty soon. I think it's in April though, Mike. So maybe as much as next week. Oh, that Admiral's in Vader Immortal. Look him up because he has cyborg.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
So we've carried over a couple folks here that I'm a little bit ignorant because I don't stay up with Ryan Kennel. I know who he is. I've watched some of his videos, but I don't keep up with it. And Super Saiyan is here. Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched one of his, but he and Super Saiyan, I think, had a bit of a skiff a couple of weeks ago. And so we've got like Jason here, apparently knows what's going on. Super Saiyan here. So it's good to see you guys. Yeah, it calls him Super Soyan. So apparently he's rubbed Ryan the wrong way. But hey, we appreciate you being here, Super Saiyan. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Yeah, it's a show. Yeah. So let's get back to our Star Wars content here. I'll shut that. And we have started a new. Imagic Maker got dropped. Those tornadoes may have caught him. We'll hopefully he gets back with us here. We have a new segment we're starting on the show called Buckets of Coal, and I took the name off of the Buckets of Blood character from the High Republic. And we were adding a segment called Buckets of Coal. It's where we discuss some of the rumors that have been started by in making their rounds through the YouTube sphere. And we're rating them on the level of false information. Hey, you're back.
Yeah, I had an alert that came over.
Yeah, that tornado getting closer.
It is. The National Weather Service is telling me hurry up and get inside.
Okay. Well, keep your foot on the accelerator and make your way home safely. Safely. Yeah, do it safely. So Buckets of Coal. It's a new segment, and I'm looking if anybody wants to do a little 3 or 4 minute, 3 to 5 second intro on Buckets of Coal. I'll play it as we go into the segment, and just keep in mind the Santa theme that we have here with Star Wars Santa and the Star Wars theme and Buckets of Coal. I would love to have a little intro. So, yeah, Trev, be careful. That's right. Be careful out there, Imagic Maker. We want you to make it home safe. So, Buckets of Coal. Last week we talked about, or a couple days ago, we talked about a 4-bucket false information. We have a 5-bucket scale, 1 being on the lower end of false, 5 being completely made up rumor. And today we've got
that things just taken too extreme? Like,
yeah,
so
it could be.
I think some things could be low, but they're taking there might be some validity to what they're saying.
Right.
They take it to an extreme.
Or just put a little bit of a spin on it, right? So the information might be, it says, what state does a magic maker live in? You're in Alabama, right? Yeah. He's in Alabama.
South, Tornado Alley.
Oh, so yeah, something that has a kernel of truth, but then has been put a little spin on it. It might be a low number of buckets. Something completely made up for your own narrative, like there's a George Lucas cut of The Rise of Skywalker, which clearly never existed. That was complete ludicrousy. That would be a 5 bucket of coal.
So 5 is right out.
Yeah, 5 is right out. It's like you made that up out of thin air. There's no foundation of truth in what you just said. So there's some of that. Mike Porter lives in Georgia, north of Atlanta. He's getting hammered. Will Morgan's in Alabama. Hey, you guys down south, the weather's coming this way this afternoon here in Ohio. We've got some storm warnings coming in and some high wind advisories we've been getting for days. So you guys all take care of yourselves. Appreciate you being here while you're getting hammered in these storms. So we have two buckets of coal discussions. Burke the Nerd. Hey, you made it. I'm UPS, so can't listen, but hello. Okay. Well, thanks for being here, Burke. Burke the Nerd. The first rumor that is on our buckets of coal discussion for today, and we'll get some feedback from the chat. For how many buckets do you think, and Magic Maker, you give us your opinion as well, how many buckets does the rumor deserve? The first is another rumor has come out talking about multiple timelines in the Ahsoka series or in the Filoniverse, that Lucasfilm is going to start exploring multiple timelines throughout all of these series. So not just say Ahsoka, but it will have impact across the Star Wars universe and have multiple timelines being explored through all of these series. What say ye? Is
about a 2 or a 3, actually. I think there's some validity to it. I don't know exactly to what extent it's going to play out, but I think there is some validity. I mean, I don't think it's as big as rewriting or retconning the sequel trilogy or anything like that, but which is what a bunch of people want. But I think there's some validity to it.
Very good. So a Magic Maker gives the multiple timelines 2 to 3 buckets of coal. And a Magic Maker was suggesting to me I should do lumps of coal because of Santa giving lumps of coal. But I wanted to play off the buckets of blood. And so we've got buckets of coal. Look for that to perhaps evolve over time. But right now we're sticking with buckets because it's my show. There you go. But
yes, so you do whatever you want.
I can do it. That's right. You're not the boss of me. So there you go.
And I don't want any coal in my time.
There you go. So hey, lunch is ready. Gotta go. Thanks for being here. That's great. So yeah, Kathleen Kenny's trying to ruin Jon Favreau's plan. Right. So Bob, we talked about that one earlier in the week. We gave it 4 buckets of coal after Mark did some research with our Kessel Run Transmissions folks, and then I searched it down through the paywall side of another site that was supposedly the source of it. We determined there was no truth in that. So it was a 4 bucket. And if you guys see XR Coon around, don't tell him we're stealing his coal, because XR Coon has laid claim to all the coal. And Santa keeps taking it from him. So, so that was a 4 bucket of coal. With this one, let's see. What do we got here? Mark says it's personally he thinks it's 5, but some people want to see it happen. It's clickbait coal. Let's see what else. And Mark is quick on the 5 buckets, by the way. We have these discussions every time I have something with him. He's like, "That's a 5 bucket." I'm like, "Oh, calm down. It's a 4." So personally, on the multiple timelines, I tend to lean towards my Mark on this one. I think it's a 5 buckets of coal. We have some variants. I don't think that it's going to happen. I think some of the descriptions that we've had from Dave Filoni and others indicate that the world between worlds doesn't create a multiverse. And so the concept that was out there, and it's a really strong argument for it, I thought they did a really good job of supporting it. I don't think that there's truth in it. So for me, it's a 5 buckets, but we'll see. I think Magic Maker and I were having a discussion earlier that a lot of this you won't know until after the fact for sure. But I am giving it 5 buckets of coal. And I think 2 or 3 buckets is a fair assessment as well. So there you have it.
Yeah, I think it's blown way out of proportion. I think I won't be surprised if you start seeing some alternate timeline comic books or something along those lines that come out of it. That's basically, like I said, it won't retcon the sequels.
Yeah. So the second rumor, the other thing we have to say is, and it goes right off of what we're talking about with the 2021 show updates, is that there will be no new series in Star Wars for some time because they're all getting canceled. So Mandalorian season 3 canceled, and Rangers of the New Republic canceled, and so this came from one of the notorious YouTubers who is known for making stuff up. Like there's a Lucas cut of The Rise of Skywalker. He says that that these shows have been canceled. And so again, I'll throw it over to you. What do you think that infamous? There you go, Trev. You got the word I was looking for. Infamous. How many?
Canceled is absolutely a 5.
Right.
Delayed, I believe that there could be a delay, and we talked about this, and not because that there's problems necessarily going on, but you've lost a character that forces a rewrite. That rewrite forces delays in time, and then they have windows of book time for Pinewood Studios and the big surround sets. So because of that, if they miss their window because of the delay, then that pushes it back a couple of months, and then it's a matter of matching all the actors' schedules again, and that creates issues. So I'm sure they're trying to push to try to make their time.
And I can't hear you at the moment of Magic Maker. We can hear you're getting hammered. I can hear the rain and the thunder in the background. So I hope all is still safe. And once we can hear you again, we'll let you continue your thought. Oh, you were back for a second. You're coming in and out for me. But I also hear the rain pounding and the thunder.
It's not distracting me or nothing. But it is pretty bad.
It is interrupting your phone.
But if you need me to go, that's fine. But I'll say this one time. As far as the cancel is concerned, it's definitely a 5. It's not going to be canceled. I think that is a good possibility of delayed. So if they were to say it was delayed, I would give that a 1 if they said it was delayed, just because I would believe that that's a high possibility.
Right.
Because of rewriting the script after losing your character.
Right. And Jason, I got your point. He's making a joke here. Rosario Dawson fired. Ahsoka series canceled. Wonder Woman 3 and Wonder Woman 4. The end of the world. Right. Yeah. You're exactly right. So that's the level. I also give that as far as cancel goes, that's definitely a 5 buckets of coal. For delays, I think that they're pretty far into the schedule to do anything as far as pushing season 3 of The Mandalorian. Although you mentioned to me earlier, maybe they've just flipped that with Obi-Wan if they can get the actors' schedules and directors, everybody flipped around. But
yeah, I think I think that's what they're trying to do. You know, I heard a rumor about a month ago that Obi-Wan was bumping up.
Yeah, and I could see maybe something like that trying to happen, but not sure at all. Not sure at all.
It's definitely not canceled. I mean,
World War, not Wonder Woman 3 and Wonder Woman 4.
Downright retarded.
I got you, Jason. No, you're right. And if it were that they were being delayed, I agree with you. Maybe a 1 or 2, but canceled is an absolute 5. Absolute 5. And I think as far as release schedule, we're probably still going to get stuff on a regular basis. And Trev here, the one that I think has the most likelihood of possibly ever being canceled would be Rangers. But I don't even think they're canceling that. I think they're just retooling it.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. I mean, I think the Rangers was originally a 5-part, 5-piece ensemble on Hero's ship, the Ghost, and I think it's going to continue to be. They're retooling who the character on that ship is. It's no longer going to be Gina Carano interacting with them.
Yeah. Jason, you're cracking me up today. Your sense of humor is spot on today. And what Ryan Kennel's a great adult Jason Sindula. Just having fun. You guys are great. So last on the agenda today was Muppet casting Rogue One. Now this is something we carry on over in the Discord channel, but we had some great input yesterday. I want to bring it over and showed you guys some of the Muppet casting we had for Rogue One. I even put this out yesterday on Star Wars Explains Discord to get some input, and I want to show you guys a video that was shared with me. I put it in here, but we'll go up and we'll talk about some of the Muppet casting we had for Rogue One. So Rogue One, just a reminder, let me just make this bigger. I see that it's pretty small for you guys to hear in the chat. So Rogue One, we've got Jyn Erso and Cassian Andor. Well, those obviously have to be Kermit and Miss Piggy, right? Yeah, you can't really get around.
I actually think it shouldn't be Miss Piggy because they don't hug until the very end.
Well, she's just not going to take second billing. You know.
So I actually think in this one, Miss Piggy should be Vader.
No, I had a good recommendation on Star Wars Explained server. It said that where's Uncle Bob? But yeah, Bob was here earlier, Jason. I don't know where Uncle Bob went. Bob's your uncle? He's been here in the chat. But they recommended just for the hallway scene alone that we should cast Animal as Vader.
I was just thinking that we placed the hallway scene in a different place for that one, and she's like, "What?" and just starts doing her karate chops on everybody. Trying to get through.
That's a good point too. That is good. Yeah. So Bob's your uncle is still here. Everybody's uncle. He's here. So we had some really good ones. Of course, there's Gonzo as Vader. It already exists out there. There's, some funny molds that they made. But then there are some other good ones here. Somebody asked, can we throw Sesame Street Muppets in? And I said, oh, that's a good one. So he said he's feeling Oscar the Grouch as Chewbacca. I don't
know. I think Big Bird would be Chewbacca.
Maybe Big Bird would be a better Mon Mothma, right? But if you guys haven't seen this video, Sesame Street Star S'mores, the Star Wars parody, it's on my Discord channel here. That is gold because during the whole time you've got Han Solo as Cookie Monster and Chewbacca as the cookie, and Han Solo is trying to eat Chewbacca. It's gold. It's got like 10 million views on it. If you've not seen it, that was given to me yesterday on Star Wars Explained, and I shared it over here. Jumpin' Jamie has given us some wonderful, wonderful recommendations. He put Walter as Krennic. So there's Walter. I think that's a pretty good one. Bunsen, minus the glasses, is Sharut. And I thought that's brilliant. Because the guy's blind with these glasses on. You take the glasses off, he's perfect, right? That's absolutely perfect.
I was thinking you're gonna have somebody though be the the two scientists. I mean, you have a group of scientists there that are creating the Death Star and everything. So I'm trying to think, what's his name? Urso.
Galen.
I can't remember.
Yeah, Galen.
Galen Urso. Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody's got to be him. So.
Yeah. So we got another Sesame Street one here. Rico is K2SO. I think that's a really good one. And Tommy Banana recommended Sam the Eagle as some Imperial because of his patriotism. And but then it was later recommended we could do a gender swap on because we love gender swaps in Hollywood with on Mon Mothma, and put Sam the Eagle as a gender swapped Mon Mothma. So take that. Park Outdoors said Dr. Tooth is Saul Guerrera. That's a pretty good. Ooh, the Count.
Oh yeah.
He would be great. It'd be great. Yeah. Isaac put in the chat. What about Melissa McCarthy as Cara Dune? What do you guys think? So put that in the chat. You can converse with Isaac there, but we'll keep going. Jumpin' Jamie. If Piggy is Jin, then Link has to be Galen, and that is brilliant. Jumpin' Jamie, that is brilliant. You put in Link as her dad. Perfect. And then let's see, what else do we have? Lips is Bodhi. That's a good one. Mark Hamilton, Count. So you do the Count as Tarkin. That's a good one.
Yes. Because he's been
I
brought
love
back
this.
as a kid.
New Zealand as Bail Organa. That's absolutely great. Park Outdoors. Who is Mon Mothma? Oh, I think you're asking who would you put in for Mon Mothma, and that's where Baymax said gender swap Sam the Eagle in is Samantha. So you just have him be a gender fluid, right?
So where would Snuffleupagus be? Who would we have?
If you go with the Sesame Street characters, right?
Yeah.
So we carry on these discussions on our Discord server. We just like to have fun over there. And Mark, if you would give us a Discord link in the chat again, so we have that as we start to close out the show here, and invite you guys to join us over on our Discord. It's a fun place to be. We're having some fun discussions in the channel about like Muppet casting and some other news, and I'd love to see you all there. We've had some growth recently, and it's really good. So there it is. There's the link in the Discord. Thanks so much, Mark. And again, a Magic Maker, I know you're getting kind of hammered there, but tell us about your Discord, what you're doing there, and your YouTube channel.
So yeah, if you like Star Wars fan fiction, that's what we support, and that's what our server's there. We also have something we call the Fandomverse, and that's if you want to write in a specific timeline, in the alternate timeline, because we have our own world between worlds there, and so we can create our own timeline, an alternate universe, as it were, and so we have that, and you have your own. But either way, we support fan fiction, and that's what our main thing on the server is. And then the channel is we try to deconstruct stories or look at some classic stuff and have fun with it. And we tell our own fan fiction. And if you have your own fan fiction and you want it to an audiobook version, or you would like a little video for it, we're more than glad to support you and help you to do that. So, and we encourage it, and that's what we we love about Star Wars, because we can create our own little pieces to bring it all together.
And you know, the really healthy thing about that, and one of the things I love, is it becomes a positive way to vent your frustrations, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, there's something you don't like about Star Wars, come up with some fan fiction. Write something that's compelling that people can enjoy, and you could get some help over on a Magic Maker's Discord, and you can even create an audio version, some audio recording that you can put with your fan fiction to tell your story. I think that's a wonderful way to outlet your and vent your frustrations. It's really good. Mike says it's calmed down there a little bit. How's it doing for you there, Magic Maker?
Yeah. I'm in the eye of the storm right now.
Okay. Okay. And Bob, I appreciate the comment. If more people, the world would be a better place. You know, I try hard, and I mentioned at the very get-go that I've had to put myself on a little bit of an exile cool down period on the Den of Nerds, because it was bringing out a bad side of me and causing me some issues in my own personal life that I didn't want to cast onto others. I really want to be somebody who sees the glass half full. That's not to say that I see everything with Star Wars as great. Oh, far from it. Don't get me started on the prequels, and I even have my complaints about the sequels, even though I like them a lot. But and I can go back to the original trilogy and find faults with it that I don't care for. But you know, that's what's brilliant about the fan fiction, is we don't have to just pile on one another. When we say, you know what, I didn't care how this was executed. I would have liked to seen it done this way. And you can kind of expand on that. You can build a story around that and share it with others. And it's a way to find other people who share your same frustrations and channel that into some positive energy. And to that note, too, that's why I love Girls with Sabers. They take their frustrations and they try to channel it into positive energy. So there's a lot of good out there, folks. I encourage everyone, be good to one another, right? You could disagree with Santa. You can take me to task. Trev loves to do it. Trev loves to be a foil for me. I love him for it. We have a great community, and I appreciate it. And the Magic Maker.
You have to love in order to hate. So
yeah, every week.
One of the things I'll say is that you actually have to love in order to hate.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And thanks, Mike and Mark. I appreciate it. But you guys, Bob, my fan fiction would be me and Ahsoka being a couple. She is a grown woman now. There you go. And Jason, I appreciate you got my back, buddy. I appreciate that. But you know, it's great to be friends and to be able to be here every week. A Magic Maker has been doing this with me for over a year. We're pushing 2 years doing this and being friendly combatants on the field. And Santa wins a few and loses a few. So here we go. It's great to see you all again today. Trev knows that Trev knows he's in my, poking the bear from time to time. He's great. You guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to be out camping this weekend with Mrs. Claus. The weather's supposed to pass, and we're going to go camping. So I definitely won't be here tomorrow. But I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon, evening, great weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you back here next week when we can talk more about Star Wars. A Magic Maker, you can sign off.
All right. May the Force be with you all.
And Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye-bye now.